Hello, I'm Greg Sanders, Group Publisher at Food News Media, and I'd like to welcome you to today's webinar, Order Up, Stress Down, How a Tablet POS Can Make Your Quick Service Restaurant More Profitable. So you might run an amazing coffee shop, quick service restaurant, cafe, but business doesn't stop after your latte, latke, or lentil soup is enjoyed. You still have employees to track, inventory to manage, and customers to engage. And from knowing what's going on in the back office to customers getting your most recent offer, a tablet point of sale has you covered. And in today's program, we're going to hear some background on why this is the case. One quick housekeeping note before we get started. We will be taking your questions at the end of the program, and you can use the functionality on the webinar console to submit a question. And you can ask a question at any point during the webinar, so even though we will be answering them at the end, we do encourage you to ask questions as they occur to you. And now to begin, leading our webinar will be Lizzie Duncan, an account strategist at NCR Silver. As an expert in tablet point-of-sale systems, Lizzie advises small and medium-sized businesses on how best to use technology to accept sales, improve customer communications, and reduce expenses. And we'll have one or two operators joining Lizzie on the panel. Brett Koretsky, co-founder and CEO of Montauk Juice Factory, had some personal issues come up, so we're not sure if he'll be able to join, but we will see about that later in the program. But we do also have on the call Yossi Ben Haim, the proprietor of Gourmet Coffee Shop and Cafe Crema. So Lizzie Duncan, please take it away.
All right. Well, thanks, Greg. I just wanted to introduce myself, of course. It's Lizzie Duncan, and I've been with NCR a little bit over 4 years, so I'm pretty familiar with the tablet point-of-sale industry and the point-of-sale industry in general. So just a few things on our agenda before we get started today. The first thing we're going to be covering, we're going to take a quick little history lesson, but don't worry, there won't be any tests there. We're going to look at how we arrived at the current state of the point-of-sale industry. Then I'm going to answer the question, really, what is a tablet point-of-sale? In case you don't know, don't have much experience with tablet point-of-sales. Then we're going to jump into the benefits of a tablet point-of-sale and how a tablet POS can help you become more profitable. And after that, we will be spending a few minutes with one or two of our Silver operators to hear about their experiences using Silver and just a tablet point-of-sale in general. And then, of course, at the end, like Greg mentioned, we're going to jump into as many audience questions as we can. So first, I just want to give you a quick commercial to let you know who we are. So we are NCR, National Cash Register. We're a Fortune 500 company that really aims to lead how the world connects, interacts, and transacts with businesses. And as you can see, our purpose really is to run the everyday transactions that make people's lives a little bit easier. So I didn't even know this until I worked at NCR, but if you go to the airport and you check in at the little kiosk, if you use an ATM, if you go into a restaurant or a retail location, chances are you're going to see the NCR logo somewhere in all those different business points. And in fact, we've been a leader in the point-of-sale industry really since it began. So the first cash register in the world was invented by a saloon keeper named James Riddy in 1879. 5 years later, our company founder, a gentleman by the name of John H. Patterson, bought 2 of the registers from Mr. Riddy. And he liked them so much that he bought the company and renamed it to National Cash Register Company, or NCR for short. And as you can see, we've come a long way. The company's still going strong. It's about 129 years later. Now, really the start of the modern point-of-sale era goes back to about 1972. NCR produced its 10 millionth machine. And that was called the Class 280 Retail Point-of-Sale System. Now, this was using an electric wand that would be kind of like the precursor of a barcode scanner. And here's a picture of that for you. So now I'm sure, back at that time, this was pretty snazzy or groundbreaking at the time, but we don't sell a whole lot of these types of machines anymore because, as most of you know, the modern QSR business owner really needs a lot more technology to run smoothly, keep their reporting going organized. And the electronic cash register, while it does have some great functions, just can't keep control of all the features that you may need to really be streamlined for your QSR business. Now here we can see a little overview of a standard QSR location. So there's a lot going on here. You've got employees who need to track their hours and schedules. You've got inventory that needs to be tracked. You've got technology in your kitchen to keep orders running smoothly. And then, of course, you're going to want all your back office operations like menu setup, reporting, things of that nature. And all of these require a lot of technology. Now, also, most recently, a few different marketing functions have become really popular or standard. And the first would be email marketing. The second being customer loyalty programs. And once again, those require technology and a sizable time commitment. So in short, we know that QSR operators have a lot on their plates. Now what happened with the older point-of-sale systems is that they tried to kind of add some of these more modern features on as they went, and a lot of times they would use a third-party provider for those. And so what we've seen with those third-party solution integrations is that sometimes they work great and sometimes they don't. So sometimes they are reliable, sometimes not. Many are an additional cost. They could require additional IT work, and those costs go up if you have to install, at multiple locations. And so speaking of installations, the older point-of-sale systems are notoriously difficult to set up. They do have high upfront cost. Now, they're also going to require more IT resources because of the installation difficulties. The maintenance costs are higher because they can't be updated easily or remotely. So in response to this, a few years back, software engineers began working on new platforms that were more open. They played, better with other third-party things, and they took advantage of modern hardware technologies, and that reduced upfront costs for QSR owners as well, and ongoing cost. So really that brings us to the point, what is a tablet-based point of sale? So when I talk about a tablet point of sale, I'm really discussing specifically a point of sale that uses software running in the cloud. And so an instance of our product, that would be an Apple iPad, and that's used to drive all types of business functions. So not only just taking the credit card transactions, but it's also helping you track your inventory, manage employees, and of course your launching your customer loyalty programs and things of that nature. It's all under one umbrella. Now, some of the benefits of a a tablet point of sale, compared to an older point of sale. Now, one of the biggest ones is that it runs in the cloud. So you do not have to store data locally. And we're going to be able to support that better. Sales reporting is automated, so it's available in real time. Now, this is especially beneficial for QSR owners with multiple locations, or maybe you operate a franchise, because you can log in anywhere you have internet connection to see what's going on, to pull reports, maybe to make a general change in the menu or pricing at each location. And you don't need to be on site, so you can roll up all of your different locations under one main login. And then again, thanks to the tablet point of sale systems make it so much easier to track inventory, to track employee hours. So once again, you're just going into one site for all locations, and we can keep track of everything under that one login. Now, I also should note that modern tablet point-of-sale systems can track cash tips for waiters or servers, and that's really in a bid to help owners in states or areas where minimum wage laws are important, or we need to track those things. Another benefit of a tablet-based point of sale is the built-in features that we mentioned before that can help you engage customers. So we can help you send out your email marketing from your same point-of-sale back office, set up a basic loyalty program. So you don't need to pay a bunch of third-party people for those different products. They're all wrapped up, baked into one. And another great thing about having everything under one umbrella is support. Or, one support team can handle any questions on any of those features. You don't have to call multiple areas to get help with different points of software. Now, specifically for QSR, one, of course, helpful feature is kitchen printing. Now, you'll see our mobile printer here. Now, that can be hardwired. It can be connected wirelessly by Bluetooth. You can, of course, place these wherever you want, set them up how you want. We've, a great thing about tablet-based point of systems is they're easy. They're plug and play to set up. You really usually don't need to even hire somebody to set these up for you. You can do it right away yourself. Now, if you've ever heard the term mobile point of sale, the next slide is going to show you exactly what we mean when we use that term. So this is a case where we have a food truck. He's taking the order on the tablet here. So the tablet base makes it so easy if you have a special event, maybe at an outdoor festival or something like that. You need a convenient way to ring up sales and track those. And we know lots of restaurant owners are looking to food trucks as a great way to expand their businesses. Even if the truck is just used for catering at special events, a tablet point of sale is a perfect fit for these types of mobile operations. Now, we've also mentioned a few times our multi-site capability with NCR Silver or a lot of tablet systems. But I wanted to emphasize how much a tablet can benefit multi-store operations once again. Owners can view reports across location or by a single location and drill down to one. New locations can be set up very easily. You don't need much IT involvement to do that. And so we're helping to keep the ongoing cost and new startup costs for new locations really low. And also if we have updates, we can update all of the locations at once since it is, once again, cloud-based. You can keep tabs on employees and managers even if you're not there. And it just makes it so convenient for owners to see what's happening no matter where they are. Now, we have touched on pricing and how a tablet-based point of sale can keep pricing low or ongoing costs low. But I wanted to note that the tablet systems are very affordable for QSRs of all sizes. So here we've seen everyone from small food truck operators, one site. We even have up to locations with 1,000 different stores. And in both cases, tablet-based point of sales help to improve their bottom line. It just makes it a logical choice for almost every situation. So in short, the technology that you choose for your business should never get in the way. It should make things easier for you to connect with your customers, easier for them to transact with you and interact with you. You'll have more time to focus on building those types of relationships and growing your business, as well as creating exceptional customer experiences with you. Now with that, I'd like to actually it looks like Brent has joined us, and we also have Yossi, who are two silver operators. So I'm going to go ahead and start with Brett and ask him, Brett, I know you have a wonderful business, some fantastic employees, and you've been with us for a while. So can you kind of tell us a little bit more about your experience so far, in terms of managing everything, training employees, just using a tablet point of sale? So what would you say one of the easier, how it's made things easier maybe for you? Well, it looks like we may have lost Brett there. So Yasi, I'm going to go ahead and ask you the same question. As you've been using the tablet-based point of sale,
Okay.
what has really been easier for you, or what have you really liked about it?
Oh, I actually like lots of things about the NCR system. I think the first thing and most important thing is the impression that it makes on the customers and the employees when you put the NCR system, especially when you use a tablet. It looks very nice, updated, contemporary, chicy. It's impressive. And especially I can tell you that my employees, they love the system. They like to use it. It seems like, as I said, very updated, very contemporary, very high-techy to use it. And the customers, they like the way we actually take their orders, especially when you come to a fast service restaurant or a coffee shop and you place your order and you just get your order within a few seconds. After all, today in the quick service restaurants industry, time is money for customers, for employees, for us, for everybody. So as I said, what I like in the beginning about, or what actually made me choose the NCR was a few things. First of all, as I said, the updated system, the contemporary look and chic look that the system has, especially when you use an iPad. And one thing that I forgot to mention about the customers, they love it when we process their orders and then we actually flip the screen and let them sign on their credit card transaction. And one more thing is that it's paperless, it's green, it's friendly to the environment, so people can get their receipts by email or to their iPhone. So then they can actually track their expenses and receipts without losing it or put it in a bag or, whenever they come to visit Crema.
Well, great, Yasi. Well, thank you for joining us today and giving us your time and your insights about the silver or tablet-based point of sale in general. Now I think we're going to turn it over and see what the audience has as far as questions for us. Right, Greg?
Yes, thank you, Lizzie. We do have a number of questions that have come in, so we're going to do our best to get through as many as we can. The first one, Lizzie, is we have someone who asks, do you require merchants to use a certain credit card processor?
We don't. So here at NCR, we keep it open, and we let our customers decide. We just mainly focus on the point-of-sale system. So really,
okay,
it's up to the customer. Yep.
Okay. And then another question that we've had submitted is, let's see, what kind of support is provided, and what is the sort of response time that's involved with your support?
Sure. So our support team is open 24/7. It's a U.S.-based team. They're by phone, email, chat. We've even added in text. Our goal is to have a less than a 30-second wait time for each customer that calls in.
Okay, and then let's see, could you talk about how does the initial setup work as far as programming and what kind of costs are involved there?
Mm-hmm. Sure. Well, we have a monthly fee. It's a SaaS-based product, so you pay your monthly fee, and then you automatically get in touch with our concierge team, so they're going to remotely help you to set up, do an online training with you, similar to this one, kind of. And that's all included in the monthly fee. So for Silver, it starts at $79 a month.
Okay, another one that's come in from the audience, everybody's favorite letters in the retail world these days, EMV. Can you accept EMV?
We are putting that in place right now. So we have the hardware in. Now it just depends on each merchant processor. When they're ready to go, we will be ready for them. So it just depends on who you're using for merchant processing, but we do have the hardware in place, yes.
Okay. Another question that has come in, is there a limit to the number of SKUs or inventory items that a tablet POS can handle?
Not really. I mean, we have one customer who has 250,000 items, down to I have customers that have 20. So it's pretty open. We don't have an official limit, no.
Okay, and then what is the maximum number of locations that can run on NCR Silver?
Really no maximum. We do have a customer that has over 1,000 locations. So once again, no limitation there. Mm-mm.
Okay. Another one that's come in from the audience. Can you share, so earlier you talked about a company with 1,000 locations using your system. We do have someone who would love to know if you can say who that is.
I believe I can. I mean, we've done a lot of marketing with them, and it's Waffle House. So they would be our biggest customer. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Okay. Let's see. So where can we have a look at a demo version of the NCR tablet solution? Is there a demo version available to try, say, online or somewhere?
Mm-hmm. Well, let me put this up here. You can go directly to our website, ncrsilver.com, and there you can sign up for a free 14-day trial, and that'll give you a full account with the back office, everything that you can do testing in. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we'd asked earlier about maximum number of locations that can run NCR Silver. What about the opposite end of the spectrum, a one-unit independent operator, or let's say a one-unit operator? Would NCR Silver be appropriate in that situation?
Definitely. So we are the small to medium business team. So a majority of our customers are just one-site locations. We just have also the multi-site capability in case you need to grow. I have people that started with one and now they've got 20. So it could be a good fit for either range.
Okay, next question. Do the registers communicate with each other for reporting at the store level when there is an internet outage?
They do. So we have an offline mode, and what's going to happen is you can still take payments as normal, ring up sales. Once you have your internet connection back, it's automatically going to sync with the cloud to update your inventory count and sales from all registers.
Okay, Lizzie, what can you tell us about how Silver interfaces with loyalty programs?
Sure. Well, we do have our own built-in loyalty program, but there's also a few third-party vendors we can work with as well if you want a more robust system. So if you'd like more details, I'd say visit us at ncrsilver.com and give us a call, and we can help walk you through the different options there.
Okay, within your pricing structure, are restaurant operators required to buy all of the hardware, or is there a leasing or rental option?
They can purchase it up front, or we do work with a leasing company as well that they can apply for if they want that option.
Okay. Is there any online portal to manage the products?
There is. So when you have a Silver account, you'll have what we call your back office, really just a website you log into from anywhere. You just want to use the Chrome browser. That's the real requirement. So you don't have to be on site or even on the iPad. You just log into your back office website.
Okay, how about, can you use a tablet POS for a bar environment?
You can. We have two different options here. The one we really were speaking about today is for quick service. We also have another system that's really more based towards bars and restaurants, and it is tablet-based as well.
And then we actually also have a question since we're on the subject. Can you do table service with this type of POS?
Mm-hmm. You can't with our basic quick service option, but you can with our other option called Silver Pro. So that, once again, it's really designed more for bars that need tabs, table mapping, things of that nature. That would be a good fit for our Silver Pro, which you can learn more about on our website as well.
Okay. And can Silver integrate with third parties for mobile ordering?
It can. There's a few different options there as far as mobile ordering or online ordering as well. So if you, once again, if you want to give us a call, we can give you the different options there. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see. Can you talk about in which countries is Silver available and supported?
Sure. So right now we're in the U.S., we're in Canada, and we're in some of the Caribbean. But we're definitely working on expanding that. So those will be the 3 areas that are sold and supported right now. But in the next year or so, I'd say we're going to be in a lot more areas. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is the $79 monthly charge per workstation?
Well, it's for the first one. So the first one is $79. Each additional station will be $39.
Okay. What investment is required for the 2-week trial?
There's none. I mean, it's a free trial. You just put in your email address, company name, and that gives you the full point-of-sale software piece for 2 weeks. So no investment needed.
Okay. If I have a single location that needs 3 terminals that share transaction information for phone-in orders, do I have to move to Silver Pro?
You may want to, just because Silver Pro would have the pickup and delivery module to track those orders a little bit better. But I guess, I mean, we could be more than happy to demo both products, you know, to see what would be a better fit for you.
So what hardware is required besides an iPad?
Mm-hmm. Well, we have our hardware bundle kit, so that's going to have your cash drawer, receipt printer, credit card swipe, and iPad stand to lock it down to the cash drawer. And that kit is $4.99.
Okay. Does each iPad have to be dedicated strictly to the program?
It doesn't. I mean, you just want to make sure that your iPad has enough memory. But with the iPad, you can do anything else. You know, Silver's just one app running on your iPad. You can do other things with it as well.
So is this product capable of an enterprise deployment where a concept can be configured and all company and franchisee locations have the same menu by default and then make changes at the companies or stores?
Yes. So you can have a multi-site environment where they share the same menu, but you can drop down to a certain locations and edit availability or price at those specific locations.
Is the hardware for EMV a separate hardware piece, or is it integrated in the card reader that is directly attached to the iPad?
No, the new EMV readers are going to be a separate standalone device. So they're going to connect to the iPad by Bluetooth. They won't directly plug in.
Are operators able to split checks with Silver?
Not with Silver, but with Silver Pro you can split checks.
And I believe we have, you touched on this earlier, but we had another question come in, so I'll throw it out again. Can you talk again about how Silver integrates with mobile payments?
Well, do you mean mobile payments as in processing, or?
Sure, yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we're compatible with all the large merchant processors out there. We like to keep it open for our merchants to, you know, choose whoever they want to accept credit card payments. So there's about 11 different platforms that we can directly integrate with for payment processing with the point of sale.
And do you offer integration with any accounting software, and if so, what is the cost associated?
We do. So we do have a basic integration for free that's included in the monthly fee for QuickBooks. Now, if you need a more robust offering, there's also a third party that we can bring in for QuickBooks as well. It really just depends on what kind of data you want to pull out.
Okay, and can you talk, please, about the inventory input process?
Well, sure. At first, when you sign up an account, our concierge team is going to ask you to email them some electronic form of your menu, or maybe even a link to your website where they can grab that. They're going to enter that into the back office remotely for you. After that, if you wanted to make changes or enter a new item, you would log into your back office. You can add it right on the fly there. So you have access to that 24/7.
So does Silver have the ability to use kitchen video displays rather than printers?
As of today, we don't. Right now we have kitchen printers, but we're definitely working on the kitchen display. And I would say early next year we're going to have those available.
Okay. Another international question for you. What is the timeline for Asian markets such as Singapore and Malaysia?
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess I'd have to check in and get a little bit more details on that one.
Okay. For the receipt printers, can they also be connected by network IP, or do they have to use a Bluetooth printer? And a follow-up to that, is there also a USB option for connecting a USB printer?
There's not a USB option. It does come with an Ethernet cable that you can hardwire the printer into your router with, not USB, and then, of course, the Bluetooth option as well.
Okay. We've really already addressed this, but another question has come in, so I'll ask it. Can you talk again about integration with accounting software like QuickBooks?
Yeah. So we have our basic connection with QuickBooks, which is going to automatically pull out your sales data for the day and send it to QuickBooks from your back office every night. And also, I forgot to mention, we do have that with the accounting program Xero as well. If you needed more data to be pulled out, we work with a third-party company that can provide an integration with QuickBooks for, a more robust offering. So there's a few different options, just depending on the merchant's needs.
Does Silver suggest automatic combos or have any other features to streamline the ordering process?
We do. Just the way you want to set it up, you can have unlimited food modifiers. You can have variations, which would be a different size, flavor that you can have for the same base item. So we really, we designed it to be as fast as possible, yes.
So in regards to customer registry or reservations, can you add comments about the guest, almost like a log?
You can have a note for each customer that you can enter in, and they'll be stored in the back office. There's a special report for customer notes.
And as an operator, can you set up customized reports that you want to receive?
We are, by the end of this year, we are going to have some more customization options or even more reports offered. Right now, you can customize it in terms of what, date range you want to look at, how you want to export it, but they're the same reports for everyone.
Okay. Are you able to block activate gift cards with this system?
You can. It's similar to merchant processing. We don't sell the gift cards directly, but we do integrate with a lot of gift cards or merchant processing companies that sell them as well. So you can have them as an item. You can reload them, have them in your inventory list. Yep, you can integrate them.
Okay, here's another one that's a bit of a repeat, but good information nonetheless. With a multi-site environment, can each location use their own credit card processor, or do they all have to use one processor?
No, we're going to need a separate setup sheet for each location, so they're free to choose whoever they want to.
Okay, we have one attendee, since we've talked about Silver Pro a fair amount in Q&A. Can you talk about the pricing structure for Silver Pro?
Yeah, sure. So the hardware bundle is still the same. It's $4.99 for your iPad. But the monthly fee would be more. It would be $149 a month for your first iPad and $50 per each additional device that you have per month. In both cases, that's going to cover you for remote setup, support, updates, and hardware maintenance as well. So any hardware you buy from us, you're going to get a replacement if something goes wrong with that.
Okay. Does the inventory process involve manual entry for each item, or is there a download procedure for databases like Excel?
Yeah, so we do have an import template, in Excel or CSV that you can use to enter items in your back office. Or if you only have one or two, you can log in and do those one by one. It's up to you.
And what about scale integration with your POS?
Now that is the next biggest thing. We're going to have January of next year, so we're beta testing that right now. And so in January, we will have an integrated scale option for NCR Silver.
Okay, what is the advantage to having an iPad over a regular computer screen?
Sure, well, I guess I would say one of the things would be mobility. So you can pick them up, take them, if you want to do some line busting, you can just walk around with it. Most people are familiar these days with iPads, so they'll be familiar with how the app's configured and how to ring people up. And just the lower cost, in most cases, for the startup cost for the iPad and the hardware bundle.
Okay, are there any tech support charges?
No, all 24/7 support and updates are included in the monthly fee, so we never hit you with extra fees for support. Nope.
Well, that's good news. Can you integrate Apple Pay or Android Pay?
Our new EMV readers are going to have the contactless payment options, and it really just depends. As long as your merchant processor supports those, our machine will be able to take those. So any kind of contactless, Apple Pay, anything like that.
Okay. And are there any software licensing fees?
No, you just pay for your monthly fee, you order your hardware, and that's it.
Okay, we'll just give it 1 second to see if we have any more questions that will come through in the queue. It looks like, let's see, this might be one more coming through. Okay, is there a contract time commitment?
There is. There is a 12-month agreement for silver. After that, it goes back to being month-to-month. You can re-sign for another year or just stay at month-to-month after that 12-month period.
Okay. All right. Sorry for the delay. I'm just checking to see if there are any more questions that have come through that we want to ask.
Sure.
And yeah, it looks, well, let's see, this might be one more coming through. All right, here's one more. Is there a volume discount?
There could be. So really if we'd have to speak a little bit more maybe outside the meeting, but it just depends on the number of locations and what would be needed.
Okay. Did you say that all future updates will be included in your monthly fee?
Yes, we do a new update about every quarter to add in new features, and that's included in the monthly fee. No extra charges for those.
Okay, it looks like that's all the questions we're going to have, and so I'd like to extend a big thank you to NCR Silver for making this program possible, and to our audience for attending, and of course to Lizzie and Yossi for sharing their experience and expertise. I wanted to let the audience know that a recording of the webinar will be available within 24 hours, and you'll receive an email letting you know when it's available. Certainly we'd be pleased for you to share that link with colleagues who missed the program or return to it yourself to glean some additional insights. Thanks again for attending, and have a great day.
Thank you.